Welcome to the RPG Talk Show. My name is Daniel Ivey, and this is
John Welker, Vice President of RPG Research. We are a 501c3 non-profit organization dedicated to the research and development of role-playing games in all formats and genres for all players.
Yes, and we utilize this research to achieve recreational, leisure, educational, and therapeutic goals.
Today's main topic is going to be therapy, or in our case, recreational therapy.
Yes.
And instead of traps and riddles, we will be unboxing the new Dungeons & Dragons starter set, Heroes of the Borderlands.
Yes.
And not only are we going to unbox it, but we're going to see if Dan can start a game within 1 hour.
Yes.
And now our normal goal is we want to start the game within 15 minutes of opening the box, or shorter.
Yeah.
99.9% of all games tested have failed.
Yes, unfortunately.
But we'll see what we can do here. But first,
just chatting. Now, you mentioned you wanted to talk to me about something specific.
yes, settlements.
Settlements.
Now, how role-playing games handle settlements, and we're going to use Dungeons & Dragons as our guide.
Yes.
But all role-playing games of every genre deals with settlements.
Yeah, and I've seen a few videos about, cities, towns, and whatnot, and it's been my experience over many games that they're present, but they aren't always. They aren't engaging.
Okay.
They're not nearly as engaging as I feel they should be. Now, a bit of background: I've done my fair share of traveling, not like for vacations or whatnot, but I've lived in multiple places. I've lived in the capital city of Jamaica. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Orlando, Florida, and actually two different places in Orlando, and here in Washington. And I feel like I've gotten an idea of how settlements feel. And for me, especially New York, the city has a personality.
Oh yeah, that is definitely, cities have their own personalities. In Dungeons & Dragons terms, they have alignments.
Right. Well, I disagree that cities should have an alignment.
Well, a city having an alignment in Dungeons & Dragons terms means the leadership's alignment.
Right. I do agree the leaders should have an alignment because they're actual NPCs.
Right.
But outside of the leaders, I feel that as a player, you should be able to go into a city and one city shouldn't feel like the next city.
Right.
I feel like there should be a personality there. And for me, more importantly, and this is a much wider dynamic that I'm trying to address with my own homebrewing and whatnot, and trying to come up with rules for it, I want it to be primarily player-facing.
Okay.
In that I want the players to engage with it. Same thing with what I was telling you about maps. I want the players to be able to use the map. I don't want just the dungeon masters to have a map and referencing it, and for the rest of everyone else, it's just a pretty picture. I want it to be more functional than beautiful.
Well, like when I run a city-based they have to have the map.
Yeah.
And I make them calculate how long is it going to get you from this part to that part.
Yeah.
Because travel within a city. Now, some people break that down either by travel speed or they just say it takes one movement. Eberron.
Yes.
Does it each segment or district?
Yeah.
It's a 1 hour to move from one district to another.
And I feel like that should be fair.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to mention that I've done, at least for me, I've done a fair amount of research, specifically for Dungeons and Dragons, on how historically Dungeons and Dragons have handled cities.
Okay, so speaking of that, why don't we start and look at the history of how they handle the cities? Did you find the basic Dungeons and
Yes, I
Dragons
did.
template? So,
Well, it's less a template and it's more a rule set.
okay,
So in BECMI,
basic,
which is Basic,
Expert.
Expert, Companion, Masters, and Immortals,
right,
which was all combined,
1983,
I believe so.
Mulvey.
Compiled by Frank Metzer.
Yeah, Menser.
Menser.
Mulvey was XP, or X, basic and BX is what it was.
Yeah,
Basic and expert, but Menser is the one who brought it all the way to Immortals.
correct. So in the Companions book, specifically for Dungeon Masters, there's rules on, I'm looking at it right now, page 3 for
Okay.
domains. And this would be rules on how to, it's kind of now a mini game. The players have control over, say, a district.
Right.
And then they have to deal with all the power struggles and whatnot, dealing with that, and how to manage a district. And I do eventually want to get to the point where if a player becomes, a leader in a district, how would that function? But for me right now, I just want the experience of being in a city, or a town, or a hamlet, or a village, to be evocative. And not just be evocative, I want the players to feel that going to a population center is an option for them.
Right. Now, introduced in the BECMI
Mm-hmm.
as you went up, basic, expert, companion, etc.,
Yeah.
that, it was your local
Mm-hmm.
to your region, to kingdom level,
Yes.
planet level, to
And-
universe level.
And there's a parallel of that in 5th edition, and I believe even in 4th edition, where they started off with at low levels you're expected to just have an effect on a local level,
Yep.
and
Your
eventually,
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
right. Although I would argue that Spider-Man is not a local level threat because he is way too powerful.
Well,
But
he
Luke Cage-
started.
Yeah.
He's him and Luke Cage
Mm-hmm.
and most of the New York-based street-level people
Yeah.
were started as neighborhood,
Right.
and then they worked up to city.
Mm-hmm.
Now Spider-Man has worked his way up to multi-dimensional.
Right. So you have the different, increasing in power, local level, masters of the heroes of the realms, masters of the realms, and masters of the world. That's the different tiers, specifically in 5th edition.
Right.
Now, I believe that introducing the cities should happen, honestly, either at local level, so first level, or the second tier, where they're, local level, okay, they're dealing with one city. By tier 2, maybe they've moved to another city. Maybe they're moving to a bunch of different cities. And they should feel like, this is a reason to move around and explore, and maybe the adventures are between the different cities. But it's one thing to say that, okay, your goal is in Luskin.
Right.
Okay, but right now you guys are in Waterdeep. Okay, that is, well, we gotta go there, we have to travel there,
Well,
you
my
know,
current
random
campaign-
encounters.
My current campaign, you started in the Salt Marsh,
Right.
and Salt Marsh is a fishing village.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's full town yet.
No, it's not.
And then you moved to the big city,
Mm-hmm.
Sassoon, and then you are traveling to various places.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them are bigger than villages. I think very few town-sized places.
Yeah.
Now you are 9th level in a hamlet,
Yeah.
but you are now trying to increase the hamlet,
Mm-hmm.
try to protect the hamlet.
Yeah.
As 9th level characters, and you are also building your bastions for the first time.
Yes.
You are literally becoming part of a community as opposed to just a resident.
Mm-hmm. And I feel, I started this process before Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition even released the Bastion rules, and I'm actually quite happy with that because I like the Bastion rules. I think they're very evocative. I feel like they take it, they add something to the game that used to be there, and that was the Stronghold rules that were also in Companions, just on the player side.
Right.
So my rules, the rules that I've been working on for cities, this would be the domain rules, which are also in Companion rules. People can have their homes, but their homes oftentimes are in places where there's a population. Now, going from Beckme,
Right.
the next time I really remember there being some more concrete rules for settlements is 3rd edition.
Well, there were actually in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons,
Mm-hmm.
there were castles and strongholds or something, one of those guidebooks.
Yeah.
A chat book is what they call them, that went into building your castle,
Mm-hmm.
building your town. 1st edition, they had also the Forgotten Realms city system.
Yes.
Now, it was a very good resource
Mm-hmm.
for understanding how cities are run,
Yeah.
but it didn't have a template for creating your own.
Right.
Or doing the lot, like, is this town a village and hamlet or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or is it a
Metropolis. Yeah.
The other thing is, now we get into 3rd edition.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first thing I had here is, well, we have the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Yeah.
This is my 3.5 Dungeon Master's Guide. And I have the Gazetteer here
Mm-hmm. For Greyhawk.
for Greyhawk. And this is, first it starts at this is all kingdom level stuff,
Yes.
not direct settlements. So it has the proper name, example, Bandit Kingdoms, was formerly the combination of free lords.
Mhm.
Now it's the bandit lands within the Empire of Uz.
Yeah.
Rulers, the government type, loosely allied petty dictatorships. Capital, major towns, resources, coinage. So, what kind of mint marks they use,
Mhm.
or in this case, coinage. Various currencies produced by each fiefdom or stolen from sovereign nations.
Yeah.
It's got the populations, the total number, and then how many humans, half orcs, halflings, etc. by percentages.
Mm-hmm.
Languages that are spoken in the language, the alignments of the people in the language, in the area.
Yeah.
And, for example, there are no lawful good people living in the Bandit Kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
Religions are listed, abilities of the nation, whether they have any special abilities as a nation,
Yeah.
enemies of the nation, then an overview, and then some locations that are important within there.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't get you down to a description or a character sheet
Yeah.
for the town itself.
Right.
Now, in 3rd edition, in the Dungeon Master's Guide,
Yes.
we have things, and I'm going to compare this to the rules for Far Shore.
Yeah.
Far Shore is the village we're in. So the first thing they list off for you is this on the one here. It says Hamlet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Hamlet is smaller than a village, but bigger than a thorp.
Yeah.
A thorp will have 20 to 80 people.
Mm-hmm.
A hamlet will have 81 to 400 people.
Mm-hmm.
The village needs 401 to 900. And then you get up to the metropolis, which will have 25,001 or more.
Right.
But then the next category, so it says Far Shore, Hamlet, conventional. What's that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Conventional. A community has a traditional form of government, a mayor, town council, a noble ruling over surrounding under the liege, a noble ruling the community as a city-state. Choose whichever of these governments seems most appropriate to the area. But monstrous, consider the impact on a community of a dragon that occasionally makes non-negotiable demands. So the leaders of your settlement are monsters. Or, you may have a conventional government, but you have to list it as monstrous because the dragon's really in charge.
Yeah, and this is kind of getting into, touching upon one of the issues that I've found across all of these different versions, including up to 5th edition, where with the 5th edition one, it's very, very bare bones.
Yeah. Let me go through this.
Yeah.
Non-standard, the community may have a mayor or a town or a council, organization of merchants, different other than conventional.
Yeah.
Non-standard. Magical, type of power centered can take the form of a temple full of priests or a single sorcerer cloistered in a tower. A wizard or cleric might be the actual official ruler of the town, or he may be someone with a great deal of influence.
Mm-hmm.
Then, so going back through I'm going to read just the Far Shore entry.
Yeah.
Okay, it's conventional. The alignment is neutral good. That's the overall alignment of the place, of the population, as well as looking at the leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Population was 240 people. They have 800 gold piece limit. It's higher than a normal hamlet.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a lack of real competition. But they have 800 gold piece limit means that's the most expensive thing you could buy.
Yeah.
If you want something that would normally cost you 900 gold pieces, it's just not available.
Yeah.
The assets are 9,600 gold pieces. That's the money they can spend on buying your stuff, or for trading and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is an isolated population.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of neighbors. And there are exactly 220 humans, 7 elves, 6 halflings, 4 dwarves, and 3 gnomes prior to the...
Yeah. And I was actually helping you with that census.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they go to authority figures, names of the nominees for Lord Mayor and the council, and they give a little block on each of those.
Yeah. Now I do know that for Far Shore, it is part of the adventure that we are supposed to interact with that power structure.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are also to help improve the gold piece limit, the spending limit that they have, as well as make the place safer.
Right. So imagine if let's say you're playing a more of a sandbox campaign where there's multiple places. Would you expect players to go to every single city unless they're the type to overthrow everything? But that's another matter.
Right.
And have to engage specifically with the power centers every single time they step foot in the city. I feel like that'd be overwhelming. If someone wants to go over to let's call it Timbuktu. They don't want to deal with they don't necessarily want to deal with the leader of Timbuktu. They just want to go to the markets.
Right.
Yeah.
And most people, even adventurers, when they go into a town, aren't going to be making deals until they're higher level.
Right.
So at 9th level, the idea that you are now going to be having a direct influence on government is reasonable.
Yeah, you could. That doesn't necessarily mean you want to. And this is kind of central to one of the issues that I've had throughout all of these editions. I loved the stat blocks that I found, for example, in 3rd edition's Forgotten Realms. It gave you populations, censuses of the population. They told you what they traded, and you could find that for every single one of the towns in Faerun. The issue I had was, as a player, I didn't care. I didn't care one lick that Icewind Dale shits a lot of fish. I just didn't care.
Right.
How does that affect me? I
Other
know
than
that
the
sounds
fact that as a role playing, you might be disappointed that you can't get beef.
right. Correct. So this is why I started working on my settlement system.
Okay.
So the first thing that I did was change the mindset.
Do you want to talk about 5th edition first and
I-
compare it?
I don't think 5th edition has enough to really compare.
Well,
it really is bare bones.
It is extremely bare bones.
Yeah.
It is literally name of the town, leaders, defining traits,
Yeah.
and what is the current dilemma.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel if there's, say, 10 towns in your area, as a GM, I don't want you to care about the different dilemmas in 10 different places. We can only be in so many places, and then we're diverting the plot.
Right.
Yeah, we shouldn't care that, oh, there's a goblin uprising. Dude, I'm just here for the market. Go.
What? I'm not saying this is in defense.
Yeah.
This is actually more in defense of your idea.
Yeah.
Is that all the stats that are on that sheet are for the player, not the player, for the dungeon master.
Right.
The dungeon master needs to know what dilemmas are going on.
Yeah, if he cares.
If he's going to enter
Yeah.
that. But you should have a list for every place. Some plot hooks.
Yeah.
In case the players care.
Right. Now that is an aspect of being a dungeon master.
Right.
But
it's
just
not
like,
useful for the players to have a list of
right
dilemmas.
So, you can have the Monsters Manual. The Monsters Manual is wonderful. The Monsters Manual does have, these are, especially for the new one, they do have, these are possible plot hooks you could use for example, skeletons. But most players and most GMs, they're not looking at that. They already have their plot. They're looking for the stats. And this is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
I'm trying to effectively create an atlas of different types of settlements that players and GMs can utilize in their game world without worrying about plot. But they can interact with it, and they can have personalities based on what it is. And I started for me, this is the change in mindset. I wanted it to have stats that players could actually interact with and engage with. So, this is the way I figured it. One, in looking at everything, I realized that starting at the lowest, which was hamlets, going up to about village...
Thorpe is actually smaller than a
right.
hamlet.
But a thorpe is like, what, four houses?
That's not true.
Yeah.
A thorpe it has like up to 80 people.
Up to 80 people.
So if you say that there are 5 people per family, that's still how many?
That'd be you said 80 people?
Yeah.
Divided by 5. 16? Is it? No.
No, it's less than that, but it's greater. It's like 11 is 55.
Yeah. Let me pull up my calculator.
Yep.
Let me pull up my
Math is hard.
80 divided by 5. 16. Yeah.
It's 16 now.
16 families. Okay, that's 16
On
families.
average.
Yeah, on average. That's 16 families. Oh, by the way, you mentioning families is a big thing. I don't want the game master to worry about, oh, they killed one person. I have to adjust the population now. No.
Right.
Populations are dynamic. People are moving in and out all the time. You shouldn't have to roll how many, what was the population change, because the players were away for a week.
Well, I wouldn't, and I don't think populations change that often. I mean, censuses
Yeah.
in the United States happen every 10 years. So the population, the official population change will fluctuate.
Yeah. Old people die, young people are born.
Right.
Yeah, that can happen week to week.
So you really only change the population number
Mm-hmm.
when a census is made. Now, in the case of Far Shore,
Yeah.
we had a specific number and a specific breakdown of the racial changes at the moment the players show up.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
because we have a granular list of the population,
Yeah.
the players don't need to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes a difference in as we're going through any large fluctuations.
Yeah.
For example, after a big battle, how many people did we lose?
Right. So I do want to admit that being able to track populations should be important when you're running a settlement, but it shouldn't be granular to the individual. And this is something that I actually pulled from because I'm pulling these rules and ideas from a bunch of different places. This actually comes from BECME.
Well, how about this? I mean, yes, it should be, but if the information's available, why not use it?
This is why I have it.
Mm-hmm.
So in the domain rules, they're not tracking population. They're tracking families. How many families are there in the city? And it's an abstraction, and I basically treat families like the hit points of a settlement.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, there's the old joke in Dungeons and Dragons. If it has stats, you can kill it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was an error.
Yeah.
And I found that out the first time that my players got in a fight with Thor and won.
Yeah.
And then I realized that's no good.
Mm-hmm.
I also found out other things like just because the table says that this critical hit would break a leg,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the special roll was back in that time, doesn't mean you should allow the monk to break a leg of a giant or a dragon.
Right.
I don't care how well they rolled.
So I figure if a settlement increases the amount of families, that could be explained by new people being born or people moving in.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a decrease in the families, maybe that's immigration out or people dying. And if the players...
Or a major event.
Right.
And I would say that on a settlement basis,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not a country basis,
Yeah.
but on a settlement basis, a new census should be taken after any disaster, natural or otherwise.
Yeah. Well...
Or major growth spurt. For example, you finally get trading open up properly
Mm-hmm.
for Far Shore. It's going to increase the population like double.
Right. So I do want to develop a system, and I'm still working through this process of having the settlements be able to advance. So, getting into some of the specifics.
Mm-hmm.
One, I stopped the settlement growth at about village or town size, because I actually found that when you start getting into metropolises, that's just too large.
Right.
It is very difficult to, especially, let's use real world metropolises here. If you think about New York, what is
about Manhattan Island is about the size
Mhm.
of the Forgotten. No, not the Forgotten. It's Waterdeep.
Yeah.
In fact, if you flip the Waterdeep map upside down, it will fit right there.
Yeah. So, New York City is a metropolis.
Yes.
And if I ask you, have you ever been to New York?
Yes, I have.
What's the personality of New York?
Depends on the bureau you're in.
There. Right there. That's why I'm stopping it at village size. Because for a metropolis, it shouldn't be what is the stats for this massive thing.
Well,
It should be what are the stats for all the different parts of the city.
I would say
Mhm.
that the Gazetteers got it right.
Yeah.
You can have a stat block which isn't very detailed
Mm-hmm.
for your metropolis or
Yeah.
country.
Mm-hmm.
But then then you have to break it down, and each borough of New York, New York, or each district
Yeah.
of Waterdeep is broken down by its own settlement stat.
Yeah, and that's what I figured.
Right.
There's the high view for the dungeon masters, but when it comes to actually engaging, that's never going to be on a metropolis level. That shouldn't be on a metropolis level. Unless you're doing like the wish spell that is affecting all of reality, you're effectively working on a settlement level. You're working on, I'm in this district right now, this is the feel, these are the resources that I have. If I want something else, if I want to go to, for example, if I'm in Queens and I want to go to Brooklyn, then I can't just do Brooklyn stuff in Queens, I have to go to Brooklyn.
Right.
Yeah. So I figure I stop the scope of the settlements at district level and treat large metropolises as a collection of settlements that interact with each other. And this also makes it so that, for example, an isolated village, if the players go and mess around with an isolated village, okay, they may never be welcome there again. If they go into a city where it's a collection of settlements, and they piss off one settlement, if they're that bad, it isn't, oh, we can't go to this district anymore. If the settlement has a relationship with the other settlements, now they piss off the entire city, and it is a much bigger problem. Because the settlements aren't going to be isolated to where they're at. They can actually send reinforcements other places.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I actually want to start off with stats. Statting out every single one of the settlements. Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And I feel that is the baseline for 5th edition and Dungeons & Dragons, and settlements should have it. I figure strength should represent their force, their effectively their military force. Is it
How much
police?
militia they have,
Right.
and whether or not they can hold back a goblin versus a
Right.
multiple what is that word? A demigod.
A demigod. Right. What type of response can they produce? And I figure I tie that in with the proficiency score. Yes, settlements should have proficiency scores based off of the amount of influence they have in the world. That plus their strength modifier should figure out, okay, that's the challenge rating of the response that they have for anything that they could possibly deal with. So let's say we've got a settlement with a strength score of 12.
So just before you explain this further, I want to clarify that the strength score is being used for combat on a broad scale.
Yes.
You're talking mass combat.
Not just mass combat. Not just mass combat.
Mm-hmm.
I said a response. So if the players are in a district, the district has a strength score of 12, and it's a low-level district. It's got a proficiency modifier of +2. That's a total of 3. If they act up, and there's a response from, like, say, the city guard, that's a challenge. That's a CR3. +1 from strength, +2 from proficiency. I think a challenge rating of 3 for the guard on a low level city or should be acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's any type of response, with the exception of, for example, trying to marshal an army. That's going to be mass combat. I haven't really got into that yet. Dexterity, I figure, is how far is the reach of influence of the city, and for me that is how many hexes outside of the city can they influence. If a settlement has a dexterity score of say 16, that's a +3. That's 3 hexes. That's 3 hours they're willing to chase the players out of the city before they come back. It isn't just, oh, I'm outside of the city gates. No, this is a high dexterity settlement. They're going to continue chasing after you.
What? They don't have they hit the borderline. It's somebody else's problem now?
Well, if they run into another city, but, oh no, and this is going to get into it.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The Bronx Police Department is not allowed to go over into the next bureau.
Well, what if the Bronx Police Department has a agreement with the Queens to be able to pursue people in there? Yeah, they call them over, and now you're dealing with the Bronx and the Queens Police Department, and each of them have their own response. So that plus that CR3 is you're running outside, and I'm getting away by from the CR3, and you're now up against the CR5 because they call it ahead because of the other settlement. Cities are nasty because you can have responses from all of them from one action.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the old 5-alarm fire.
Exactly. Constitution, that is the health of the city. That is going to directly affect the amount of families working in the settlement.
Does the health of the city also include things like how healthy the population is?
Yeah.
The Lower East Side might have a lower constitution than
less families because they're all sick or whatever. And it may also represent the infrastructure to support them. Because all of this it's an abstraction.
Right.
Intelligence is how much information they have access to. Do they have a lot of schools? Do they have a lot of libraries? Do they have a lot of museums? Wisdom is wisdom's always a bit weird.
Well, I would say wisdom would be the spiritual.
Yeah, that'd be part of it.
So, like, and only problem I see with this, and I'll first explain what the idea is, then I'll punch a hole in my own idea. The idea is, like, if it is a highly spiritual area with strong religion and etc., that would be a higher wisdom score. But a atheist organization or an atheist town should have the ability to have a high wisdom score.
That's why I said wisdom's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, how perceptive is the city? Do they have a lot of watch? Are there people who are just paranoid and just always looking? There are some religious groups that are also very, very paranoid.
So you're talking, what is the passive perception of that district?
That's going to tie into it. Yes.
Yeah. But what about the spiritual? Do we have a spiritual
stat?
Or it's like in the other books, it just says what are the major religions.
I can get into that, but we're actually going to be running. We've got maybe about 7 minutes left.
Well, so if we got 7 minutes. Let's wrap this up because I have one more thing to add to just chatting before we move on.
So I have stats. I have skills. For example, you're asking, how religious are they? Well, high wisdom plus proficiency in the religion skill.
Ah.
And then they also have tools, and the tools will represent what are the trades. And the way these would all be important is, we've got all these stats. Why do the players care? If they're in a city and they're on a decent enough relationship with that district, they can utilize the city's stats.
Speaking of which, I noticed because we're doing a 3rd edition module.
Yeah.
And 5th edition doesn't get as granular in skills, but they have things for carpentry.
Yes.
They have things for pottery. But they don't have things for lumber. A lumberer is not a carpenter.
Right.
A lumberjack is not a carpenter. But also, a miner isn't a smith.
Right.
So, and they don't have anything to show you that you have proficiency in, even your backgrounds. You have a farmer background, so you're proficient with all things farming.
Yeah.
But they don't have a miner background.
So
they don't have a forester background.
See, I would argue because we can come up with an infinite amount of professions, but that gets into the weeds, and I feel like we have to deal with some abstraction of what we have. So the tools, farmer, I feel should have a proficiency in herbalism, and their background in farming is represented by their proficiency in herbalism. That's just how it comes about. And anything that they do with herbalism is going to be more of a farmer flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there is an official ruling on what the farmer gets.
I don't believe so.
Well, let me take a look. It's under backgrounds. And it starts with an F, so scoot all the way down here. Farmer, Player's Handbook. You get defeat tough.
Yeah.
And you get skill proficiencies are animal handling and nature.
There we go. That's what it'd be.
Yeah. And tool proficiency would be carpenter's tools.
Got to raise that barn.
But so I need to create some more backgrounds for a miner, and for a forester, because you guys are looking for people with mining skills.
Yeah.
And there's no way to find them.
Not with the skills, not with the rule set that we're dealing with right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
But I have, I could go on and on because I've been writing up for a couple of years now, trying to figure this thing out. I have ideas for.
Are you anywhere near the level where you can show somebody a rough draft?
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay. I would like to see that in the future.
Yes.
I do want to bring up one thing that's completely off topic. We have a organization that we've partnered with.
Yes.
And we have done a board member swap. I am now on the board, their board member, one of their board members, and they have one of theirs on our board.
Yeah.
And this is the USS Bismarck, the Inland Empire Star Trek Fan Association.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they don't really have any. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't have a website.
Oh, okay.
What they have is a Facebook page.
Okay.
So we'll post that in the doobly-doo. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Anyways, sorry. I got distracted when I was posting their link at the doobly-doo. I already did it. See how distracted I am? Anyways, so that's a good place for us to stop on this.
Yeah.
And we will be right back for the main topic, which is about therapy.
Yes.
In our case, recreational therapy.
Yes. So, after these messages, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. My name is Daniel Ivey, and this is
John Wilker, Vice President of RPG Research and a recreational therapist.
Which gets into our main topic, which is therapy, specifically recreational therapy.
Correct. RPG Research is based on the modality of recreational therapy, modality being methods.
Yes.
So, first of all, we should define what that means.
Yes.
Now, ATRA, which is I believe it's American, I have the right word here, American Therapeutic Recreation Association, which I am a member of.
Okay.
And they are the national organization that works with rec therapy. They do things like lobby, Congress, etc., and try to do public outreach, and they govern the national certification, the CTRS, Certified Recreational Therapist Specialist. And they also do the continuing education, and all those things. So
they kind of work as a go-between between the therapists and various systems of government, and try to maintain the standards.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's really hard to convince the government that what you're doing is important if you don't have standards.
Right.
So, what is recreational therapy? Recreational therapy, or RT for short, is a systematic process that utilizes recreation and other activity-based interventions to address the assessed needs of individuals with illness, disability, conditions, and or adverse circumstances to promote psychological and physical health, recovery, and well-being. Recreational therapy aims to restore, remediate, or rehabilitate the client's level of functioning and independence in life activities. Recreational therapists work in a variety of clinical and community settings and utilize their unique expertise to help individuals overcome barriers to well-being and or participation in meaningful leisure activities. So that's the official definition of what recreational therapy is. We here at RPG Research, they were talking about physical activities and leisure activities. So a rec therapist can do physical activities with you. If I want you to get the muscle strength that you get from doing dumbbell curls, it's sometimes easier to get you to participate in those dumbbell-like curls if I take you bowling. Because you have what's called intrinsic motivation. You're there to enjoy bowling. You just happen to be getting the physical benefits from it. So for our physical benefits, we usually do LARP, live action role-playing games, and specifically get you to do tasks that will physically benefit you for your physical therapy needs. But we're using the leisure activities such as archery, fencing, dragon slaying, all those other things to get you better physical health.
So we're kind of masking the therapy with the play.
Well, I wouldn't say masking it. Because you should, as a client, know that we're doing therapy. What's the difference between therapy and just playing around?
Well, sometimes, a lot of times, from what especially with my, my mother-in-law, therapy is just painful and boring.
Well, okay. But there's a definition, like when we're using recreational therapy. And I'm taking you bowling, or I'm playing a role-playing game with you. What's the difference between just bowling and making it therapeutic?
Well, there's certain goals that we're trying to do when, when we're, doing rec therapy, as opposed to just playing.
So the first thing is intent.
Yes.
We are doing the play to accomplish a purpose.
Yes.
The other thing that differentiates it from just playing is documentation. While in a bowling game, a normal bowling game, you are going to be documenting the score. But I'm going to document your range of motion, how heavy the ball is, and how far can you bend down to roll that ball. Are we starting with a slide? A slide for bowling is a trough that you set the ball on and you give it a push and it rolls down the slide to go across the thing. That is an adaptability consideration. So are we starting there and trying to work our way up for you to actually carrying the ball and rolling your arm? Those are the things. And then we have to document all those things and different things. Now, is role-playing game efficacy? What's the efficacy of role-playing game therapy?
Well, what is efficacy?
Efficacy is how, not just efficient, but what kind of effect does it have? Is there a positive effect of role-playing game therapy?
Okay, so an example of that would be let's say you need to have them do, for example, 5-pound dumbbell curls, right? Bowling would be, especially with 5-pound ball, would be pretty, effective for that because there's a 5-pound ball right there. But if I'm asking them to write a story where they're picking up a pencil for dumbbell curls, that's not very effective.
True, but we're actually talking about actual role playing.
Yeah.
As a therapy. Why is role playing? As the body of knowledge grows, indicators suggest the development of distinct treatment modalities, potentially role play game therapy, and while Hawk Robinson, our president, is the grandfather of role playing therapy.
Yeah.
He's not the only one.
He's not.
There's other therapists out there that use other modalities, drama therapy and family therapy and all these other kind of therapists, psychologists and social workers. All of these guys have their own different levels. We use rec therapy for this, and there is an overlap. We were talking Venn diagrams.
Yes.
So we have things like cognitive therapy, behavioral therapy, recreation therapy, game therapy, role-playing therapy. The difference between game therapy is it works on game theory.
Yeah.
Role-play therapy, drama therapy. What's the difference between role-play therapy and recreation therapy? Well, role-play theater can be drama.
Yeah.
And it could be, working things out on a stage or just acting things out without the rules of a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Drama therapy is right there with role-playing theory. And especially on the diagram here, our Venn diagram, we have role-play and drama therapy and gestalt therapy and game therapy. All these different therapies, humanistic therapy and cognitive therapy, all overlapping with the next one in line.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously a lot of overlap between role-play therapy and drama therapy.
So what I'm getting is, with us using role-play as a form of rec therapy, it's very, very robust because we can latch onto so many of these other different types of therapy and incorporate it in.
Yes. All the therapies I just meant overlap with role-playing game therapy.
Yes.
Where we specifically use role-playing games of various genres, etc., to meet our therapeutic goals.
Yeah.
So the next question would, of course, be what direct mental health and quality of life benefits to populations with needs and problems can we address with role-playing game therapy?
Okay.
So accessibility and adaptability. We give people community that might otherwise not have one. Adaptability, we provide ways for people to play a live action role playing game or a tabletop role playing game that don't have the ability to physically do things like roll dice or write, or they have hearing or stuff like that.
I would also argue that, especially with certain role stories, we're also teaching them how to adapt.
Right.
To give them the tools to be able to be more adaptable.
Right, and more social, find alternate solutions to violence, etc. Right. So here's some groups. We have accessibility and adaptability. We can work with addiction, ADHD, anxiety, autism spectrum, aphantasia.
Yeah.
Autism. Oh, I already read that. At-risk youth and adults. Brain injuries, including strokes and TBI. Cerebral palsy. Hearing and deafness. Depression. Development delays. Development impairments. Gifted and talented. Yes, the people that are really super smart might need some help in socializing.
You don't say.
Science says. Inpatient status of youth and adults, transition from inpatient to outpatient rehabilitation programs, incarceration. transition from incarceration to public.
Yes.
Learning disabilities, muscular dystrophy, phobias including social phobias and agoraphobia, trauma and PTSD, vision and blindness. This is just a short list of all of the types of populations that we can work with. We have had success with people with learning disabilities, people with social impairments, people that have agoraphobia. We've had some great success with agoraphobia, where we have taken an agoraphobic who couldn't leave their house to running Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games in the public.
Nice.
Yeah, they're actually a dungeon master now.
Awesome.
We have a complete plan for how to bring somebody who's had a stroke, a TBI.
TBI being traumatic brain injury.
Correct. So we would start with, the theory used to be that a brain injury patient should just be left in as low stimuli environment as possible.
Yeah.
And now we've gone the opposite. No, we need to stimulate that brain. We need it to start functioning as soon as possible.
Yeah, we should not be treating them like a potato.
Exactly, because then they will start growing eyes. But as soon as they can do yes or no indicators, eye blink, finger squeeze, grunt, whatever, as soon as they can indicate yes versus no, we can start with choose your own adventures or other non-trademarked things. But we actually like to use choose your own adventure, but there are other...
They make a quality product.
Exactly.
But we also acknowledge that they're not the only one on the block, which is why we call it interactive fiction.
Yes.
Yes.
So we will start with interactive fiction, and then we will roll into higher level things as their communication goes.
Yeah.
And we will get into full role-playing games eventually. We are currently working on BCI, brain-computer interface.
Yes.
So that somebody who doesn't have any physical functionality can still communicate and play computer games or role-playing games through the brain-computer interface.
Yes, I believe that was one of our previous episodes where we had an interview with Valerie.
Yes, exactly. So we can do everything from a dice roller to providing a brain-computer interface to play games, including maybe controlling a robot with your mind to pick up and roll the dice or move your miniature around. The other things that we do include physical therapy. We start getting into physical therapy, then we can start incorporating LARP.
Yes.
And
sorry about that.
Which is probably the end goal, is to get them from a interactive fiction book out there into actual live action role playing, and get their brain working as soon as possible.
Yeah, and when we're talking about LARP, we're not expecting, for example, them to go from effectively locked-in syndrome to swinging a sword because they're now part of HEMA.
Right. Well, and locked-in syndrome is a specific diagnosis that we don't actually expect them to go anywhere physically.
I was just using that as an example.
Yes. Yeah, I understand. I just wanted to clarify that a person with locked-in syndrome is probably not going to be doing LARP. We may figure out a way to do that with an exoskeleton and things like that, but right now it's not on the...
I don't think Valerie is ready for the BCI incorporation into exoskeletons.
I don't either.
No.
I mean, we're barely looking at remote controlling a robot,
Yeah.
which is just a robot arm, not even a full android.
Hmm.
Let alone looking at doing a exoskeleton controlled by that's a little above our pay grade.
So, I should abandon my dreams that RPG research will develop Gundams.
Yeah,
Darn.
it's role playing game, not actual combat.
I thought you guys would have found Gundanium yet. Darn. Okay.
Well, you know there is an actual Gundam in China. No,
I know.
Japan.
It's not an actual Gundam. It's not made out of Gundanium.
Well, and it really can't leave its docking port.
I've seen it. It is amazing.
It is, but it's not. It's not going to travel.
As a somewhat fan of Gundam, it's not a Gundam unless it's made out of Gundanium.
Okay. So we've done lots of research. It lowers levels of violence, criminality, recidivism, meaning your likelihood to recriminalize.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to touch on that one to show, for example, how we can utilize role-playing games and for example, with recidivism.
Okay.
Yes. So, some people could say like, oh, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons or whatever with inmates. What possible benefits could that give them?
Well, as far as the research shows, and we don't have direct research on RPGs yet.
Yeah.
As we know that role-playing games are played.
Yes.
In prisons and jails. In fact, Washington State has commissioned a other role-playing therapy group.
Yeah.
To run Dungeons and Dragons or other role-playing games in their... I'm losing words again.
And there are prisons?
Well, no, the younger people.
Oh,
juvenile.
Okay,
Yeah.
juvenile.
So in a juvenile detention setting,
yeah,
doing role-playing games.
Okay, so I wanted to point out, for example, what are the possible benefits other than entertainment?
Right.
And one of the things that we've found is, when it comes to recidivism, when inmates leave confinement, be it jail, prison, juvenile detention, a lot of times they then end up right back into the communities that created the patterns that caused them to be incarcerated in the first place.
Right. If you have a problem with alcoholic-related violence and you go right back to that same bar,
right,
you're probably going to have issues again.
But let's make it a little bit more, a little bit more realistic. It's not that you're going back to that same bar, but if all of your friends keep on going back to that same bar, then you're going to have that social pressure to, like, I want to be with my friends, but they're at the source of the problem.
Right. Well, so what we're talking about here specifically is cohorts.
Yes.
The people that you hang out with, and your cohorts at work and your cohorts in your leisure time. So you go to a halfway house.
Yeah.
After you get out of prison, and if they have one of these programs that we and others have developed, you will continue role-playing games in that halfway house, and they will have the goal of setting you up with games outside of the system entirely.
Yeah.
So that you have a different set of cohorts.
Yes.
And this helps prevent recidivism, because now you are going into a group of individuals that are less likely to return to the prison system.
Right.
Also, when you're looking at the in-prison population and the effects on recidivism, the scientific studies that have been done so far are related to creative outlets, theater, art, music, etc., in the prison system. They have shown that people in those programs have an 80% non-recidivism rate. So 20% of them, if you have 100 people, 20 of them who have been in these creative programs will reoffend.
Right.
Now, if you don't think that's impressive, you, the audience, not him, because he knows better.
I try to.
Yeah. The normal recidivism rate for prisoners who don't have these programs is the opposite.
Yeah.
80%. The 80 in that out of every 100 are going to reoffend.
Yeah.
So that's a huge drop from 80 to 20. And we believe that role-playing games in prison will have at least an 80%, possibly higher, because we are actually working on the skills you need to cope on the outside, not just playing music. Music therapy is wonderful, and it's highly recommended. We utilize music therapy as in RPG research anyways, drum circles, etc.
Yeah.
But a role-playing thing can teach people coping mechanisms, alternatives to violence, empathy, social interactions.
Yes.
All the skills they need to actually utilize once they're out of the prison can be taught through role-playing games.
Yeah, and I feel like it's an important aspect to point out that with role-playing games, we're effectively creating a artificial environment where they can test just about anything they want with that isn't it's all artificial.
Right.
It's effectively like kind of getting them in the Matrix where they can test things out and they can fail safely.
Right.
And try again and figure it out before they meet real life.
And you don't have to make the role-playing game hyper-realistic. You don't need to have them in New York City and trying to live their normal life. I mean, if you really want to play a game in New York City, Marvel superheroes is a great way to go.
Yeah, but what if I want to engage with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
That's also in New York City.
I know.
Or, in the DC universe, it's Gotham.
Do we really want them working out of Gotham?
Yes. Have you read Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I'm just saying that I feel like if you roleplay in Gotham, you're likely, especially if you're not playing Batman, you're likely just going to end up in Arkham as well. You're always going to end up in Arkham.
There are plenty of heroes that are not Batman in Gotham.
Yeah, and every single one, name one of them that hasn't been to Arkham.
Guardian.
Isn't that the Superman clone that he had?
No, he's basically a super soldier. That worked for Star Industries.
Okay, I feel like not to Golden Guardian, right?
He's got the shield.
He's got the shield.
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't live in Gotham. He just works in Gotham.
Okay. Red Hood hasn't been put into Arkham.
I never said put in Arkham. I said went to Arkham.
Oh, went to Arkham. Okay, now that's unfair.
And
that's like trying to pick out a police officer who hasn't been in a courthouse.
Yeah, and that was purposely being unfair.
Yeah, that's hasn't been in Arkham. That's like literally like saying name a police officer who hasn't gone to court.
I know.
It should be 0%. All right. Anyways,
back to therapy.
I'm going to need therapy after that.
Well, everyone in Arkham deserves therapy.
Including the staff.
Yes.
Okay. where were we? We're talking about using role-playing games.
Yes.
Again, it's intentionality.
Mhm.
It's what separates playing a role-playing game and playing a role-playing game for therapy.
Yes.
I always, when I'm doing a therapeutic session or an educational system thing, but we're talking about therapy right now.
Yeah.
We have goals in mind. We also have a lot of pre-paperwork.
Oh yeah.
I don't just sit somebody down and they say, okay, we're going to work on social.
Time to roll some dice.
Right. First of all, we're going to have you fill out forms, release of information forms.
Yeah.
You know, the regular forms that you fill out just to get therapy. But we're also going to have you fill out things like genre interest.
Yeah.
Because do you know what the #1 genre in entertainment is?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Procedurals.
Yes, police procedurals and medical dramas.
Yeah. So, you know, as much as fans of sci-fi and fantasy that we are, they are still somewhat niche because the majority of the public, they want police procedurals, like detectives and whatnot, or medical.
Yeah.
Medical procedurals.
And you can do that in role-playing games. You can do that with most of the systems by, like, there was a Pathfinder set where you actually played the Town Watch.
Yeah. So, for me, though, I'm yet to see a system that I feel would be good for a medical procedural.
Well, see, that is harder.
Yes, it is.
Only because you don't play the diagnostics in most systems. So you're not expected to figure out whether or not this is tuberculosis or AIDS. You are meant to be told, this is the diagnosis. I do the treatment. Roll dice.
Yeah, but that could easily be like, okay, House RPG is basically just, by the way, House is Sherlock Holmes, so mystery, but it's all medical flavored. What I want to see is Scrubs RPG.
That's going to be a social.
Yeah.
That's going to be definitely a social. And because there really is not a lot of diagnostic findings in there.
There was some diagnostics.
I said a lot.
Right.
Now, there's a difference between a lot and some. Because Scrubs is a comedy.
Yeah. But it was a really good comedy, and when they decided that they wanted to hit you hard, they hit you hard.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So to translate that into a role-playing game is harder. One thing, comedy's hard.
Yes, it is. Comedy is really hard.
Making a medical procedural role-playing game, you're going to have to figure out a system that people can figure out what diagnoses are without being an actual doctor.
Right.
And that's hard for game designers.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but like you said, you treat it like a mystery.
Yeah.
You get clues, and all right, you have the 5 clues, and then you roll dice to see if you figure it out. And then you tell the player what the actual answer is.
Right.
Then you have them, then you give them a list of possible solutions that are for this, and then their choice gives you a modifier on your heal check. But it's not going to be a, here are the diagnostic things, here's the DMS-5, figure it out.
Right.
Because that won't be fun.
No, that won't.
But I will also tell you that there are role-playing games for police procedurals that go beyond what we'll ever play.
Mm-hmm.
There's Dart,
Yeah.
D-A-R-T, which is the police officers training.
Mm-hmm.
That is a role-playing game for actual police officers training.
I'd be curious to look into that one.
Well, we do role-playing in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we don't roll dice. You physically have to move over the terrain,
Mm-hmm.
and or play with, an actual role play of a person coming to the gate and you interrogating them.
Mm-hmm.
All these different scenarios. I have used role-playing games. I used Dungeons and Dragons back in the 90s
Mm-hmm.
to teach small squad tactics.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you move? How do you treat injuries? I incorporated the actual training into a role-playing game scenario.
Mm-hmm.
There are better games than Dungeons and Dragons for that, actually.
Oh yeah.
Twilight 2000, I think, is a much better choice.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up, because the minute you mentioned the military and role-playing, I haven't played Twilight 2000 enough, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and it's a good simulation of what military life is like in a World War III aftermath.
Yeah.
But it's also got enough information. All kinds of game systems are good for it. The GURPS system can be used for these procedurals. The basic BRPG, basic role-playing game system, which is what Call of Cthulhu is set on, really can be done for any genre.
Oh yeah.
So there are systems out there. In fact, I personally, if I was going to do a medical procedural or a police procedural, I would either use GURPS or BRPG. And BRPG is my choice because I understand it better than GURPS.
Yeah.
Now, GURPS actually has police procedural role-playing games. They don't have any medical procedural, again, because it's harder.
Oh yeah, it's harder.
What questions do you have, or do you think the audience would have, about role-playing games and therapy?
So, I feel it's important to ask, like, we talk a lot about the theory of doing a lot of these. We touched upon some of the real world effects we've had with it. Are there any others that you feel, maintaining HIPAA, not revealing client information or anything like that, that you feel we've been particularly successful with?
Well, we were particularly successful for muscular dystrophy patients. We did a live-action role-playing game with boffer weapons and cardboard shields.
Yeah. You've mentioned those before.
Yep, and the fact that we had 0 injuries in a live-action combat scenario was a victory in of itself. But the fact that we met all the goals that the camp wanted to, which was to allow them to play like normal people, because they are normal people, they just have special things that they have to deal with, and to exhaust them. We did that. And we also, it's challenge by choice is one of the features of recreational therapy. And one of the choices we gave them is if they didn't want to do the live action, that they can come and play the tabletop.
Yeah.
And it turned out that people were playing the live action, getting too tired, needing a break, and coming over and playing the tabletop for a little while until they charged up their battery and could go back to the role-playing game. That was a nice discovery.
Yeah.
Something that can go into our research papers. We have had great influence on the crime rates of certain areas, especially juvenile crime rate, because we were giving an outlet to teenagers and younger that they weren't out in the streets throwing rocks.
Okay.
That was our Spark Central program.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's see, I've already mentioned agoraphobia.
Yeah.
We've had great success with a client who was considered in a very low percentile of intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
and it turned out they didn't know how to test him correctly. They
Okay.
didn't know how to engage with him correctly.
Okay.
By the time
I've worked with that client before. I
Yeah.
didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't start with that client, but I did. I have worked with him quite extensively, and he's now studying. He started off as low percentile, and now he's.
Well, that's what they claim, because
Yeah.
that's what their testing showed. But our actual experience with him, our testing, etc., we found out that this guy is good enough to be computer security,
yeah, he's
which
studying.
was his college.
Yeah, he's in college now.
I think he may be getting close to graduating.
Yeah.
He may have graduated, as far as I know, at least with his bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is not a low percentile IQ. He's a person that others didn't have a way to connect with him correctly.
Yeah, he is a bit awkward, but so is a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So his social skills with us improved greatly.
Mm-hmm.
We have proven to him, and he has proven to us, that he is not a low IQ individual.
Oh, absolutely not.
We've improved his communication skills. He's very successful. Now, we had a, it's not obstinate defiance, but
Pathological avoidance disorder.
Yes.
Yes. I know which one you're talking about.
Yes, we came up with an educational program for them,
Yes.
which also provided us a therapeutic one. Now, due to outside interference, that program was.
we had to
canceled.
scuttle that one, unfortunately.
But while we were working with it, we got a person to participate in an educational program willingly
Yes.
when their symptoms don't participate with anything willingly.
Yeah, I believe with that client, I was able to get that client to really engage. For example, with and for me, this is a big thing that I've encountered when it comes to the mindset of a lot of educators, where they'll say, "Well, you need to be well read. We want you to read these books and stories and whatnot."
Right.
And
Which is a great goal anyway.
it is, but they'll measure kids based off of, are you reading? Some of the stories are dry, some of them are boring, and for me, when I went through the entire public school system, there's only so many times you can read Romeo and Juliet. It didn't even get into the good Shakespeare. But what I was able to do with that client was I started engaging with the narratives and literature that wasn't the classic stuff. So got into anime and manga and comic books and whatnot. And you know what? There's some phenomenal storytelling that happens in there if you know how to look for it.
I just purchased for free
Mm-hmm.
from the DMs Guild,
Yeah.
dmsguild.com, a book called House on the Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
It is based on a 1830 or whatever. It's an old book.
Yeah.
It's you can definitely say that Poe and Stephen King and H.P. Lovecraft
Mm-hmm.
took their inspirations from this book.
Yeah.
It is a early horror story,
Nice.
and so on DM's Guild, they have the module of it.
Nice.
And they do modules of other famous literary works
Mm-hmm.
to attempt to get people interested in this literature.
Yeah.
So it works both ways.
Mm-hmm.
You can play anime and manga related role-playing games, which now there are quite a few choices. Or you can do a role-playing game to get somebody interested in classic literature.
Right. And for me, I feel like I can sit down with someone who's, exclusively dealing with classic literature, and I've seen them poo-poo, for example, anime, and they'll talk to me about, how wonderful, for example, the Three Musketeers are, and I was like, yeah, I've read Three Musketeers. I have my issues with it, but if we're talking about, really well done, stories, I'm gonna have you watch just watch Full Metal Alchemist, and tell me after Full Metal Alchemist that isn't well written, incredibly intelligent and deep.
Okay, Alchemist or Alchemist Brotherhood?
Both of them.
Yeah, I loved them both.
Both of them are amazing.
Yeah, but so you can introduce classic literature there, and you I know for sure because you have your historical inclinations towards the comic book industry.
Yes.
That for the longest time, people were saying you can't read comic books. That's not going to improve your literacy.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Reading is literacy.
Yes.
Whether it's in comic book form or a Tolstoy novel.
Yeah. And some people are like, Peanuts isn't that deep. Well, we're not reading Peanuts, and have you read certain Peanuts? Some of the things that Charles Schulz was doing with Peanuts, you can do some analysis on those characters.
If you want to do analysis on Peanuts comics, you need to get the book Good Grief.
Yes.
And it goes on. Also, there's other literary analysis of things. Look for the Tay of Pooh or the Tao of Igor.
There's the Tay of Piglet and the Tao of Pooh. I've read the Tao of, I've read parts of Tao of Pooh.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's definitely good things. Plus, a lot of people forget there was a lot of classic literature reproduced in comic book form, and there was some classic literature whose origins started in comic strip form, and I'm talking Prince Valiant.
Yeah, and I would actually argue that a lot of classic literature are classic literature only because it's been around for a long time, but originally it was for the mass public. I'm looking at you, Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Nemo. Not Nemo 1,000 Leagues Under the Seas, but...
Well, that one too.
yeah, Nemo's Dreamland.
Yeah.
Is classic literature that started in the comic strips.
So, well, I mean, I'm not going to get into some of the ideologies of and elitism of high academia, but yeah, we're at the end of this section.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely looking forward to our next segment, which we will be unboxing Heroes of the Borderlands by Wizards of the Coast.
Yes.
And we were going to find out whether or not how good of a starter system is it? How easy it is actually to open the box blind and play. I will be the player character. You will be the dungeon master.
So that's going to be my challenge of champions. To try and get from opening to adventure, how quickly can I get to Heroes of the Borderlands online?
Yes.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter how far we play, but we got to get started within under an hour.
I've got my dice ready.
If I don't get to roll a die before the end of the session, you fail.
See, that's going to be easy because I'll have you. You've seen me run. I can give you nonsense rolls, but
we're not doing that. We're going by the book.
By the book. Okay, fine. Well, that's going to be after the jump.
All right.
Yeah.
So
after these messages, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the RPG Talk Show. We are going into unboxing for the Dungeons & Dragons starter set, Heroes of the Borderlands, and I believe we're going to do an unboxing first set everything up, and then we're going to see how quickly we can get into actually playing. We have John Walker here, and right off of camera is his lovely wife.
Hi.
And we are going to, the whole goal is to see how fast we can get into this. Part of the, part of it is obviously the unboxing, because
Yes.
anybody who's going to receive this game are going to do that. So this is available at your friendly local gaming store.
Yes.
I recommend that's where you should spend your money.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go ahead and get into unboxing.
Yes.
Have you ever shown the audience what that letter opener looks like? Yeah.
Yes.
I thought I had one with a unicorn head on it. I'm pretty sure I do.
There we go.
You do.
Get this plastic off. I think I'm getting better at opening boxes. Which is weird because I used to work warehouse.
He used to work warehouse, but now he's doing it for a talk show, and he's actually getting skill at it.
Well, in the warehouse I was, sealing boxes, not opening boxes.
Got it.
Yeah. And I'm trying to do this in a non-destructive way.
Oh yes, please don't destroy this.
Yeah.
This was $60,
There we go.
or close to
Okay,
it.
so we have Read Me First. Wonderful. Right as we opened, we have Read Me First. Read Me First. Dungeons & Dragons is a cooperative game in which the players create exciting fantasy stories guided by the Dungeon Master or DM. Imagination and chance determine the fate of the player's characters. This guide is designed to familiarize you with the contents of this box. Contents of this boxed set and help you quickly choose roles, make characters, and start playing. Through adventure booklets gradually teach you rules as you play. While the play guide contains the fundamentals of the game and a glossary of the rules terms, making it an invaluable reference during play. Unpacking the box, retrieve the booklets, punch out the tokens, retrieve the class boards, sort the cards. And it is an ongoing game. I know I'm jumping around a bit.
Okay.
So it
You're an
has...
experienced player, so
Yeah.
jumping around.
So it has the contents. This looks pretty good so far. Choosing your role, getting started, if you're a character, if you're the Dungeon Master. So, there's the play guide, there's a reference booklet.
Show the cover.
Here it is. Let's see.
Now, is that I'm assuming that's a player's guide?
This is contents, background cards, species cards. Yes, this is for the players. So I'm going to hand this to you guys.
Okay.
There's a wilderness adventure booklet. This has, I believe, the maps. I see the map already. Poster map. DM secret. Right at the beginning. This book is for the Dungeon Master's eyes only, unless text appears in a read out loud box. So they're immediately telling you what the read out loud boxes are.
This one, Welcome to Adventure, using this guide, Quick Start Guide, harnessing imagination, and then it gives a description of a actual, little session of it. After you journey through the wilderness, the caves of chaos loom ahead. The caves dot towering cliffs. Eerie lights shimmer in some of the cavernous openings, and bestial howls echo around you. What do you do? So it goes an example of play. Then it starts talking about background cards, equipment cards, class boards, the monster cards, magic item cards. So, and now on page 8, we actually start getting into the rules.
Okay, so I was a bit misunderstood. This is an adventure booklet.
Yes.
There are 3 of them.
Correct. For different sections of it. So we have an adventure booklet for the keep itself.
Mm-hmm.
We have one for the wilderness surrounding the keep and surrounding the Caves of Chaos, and then a final book for the Caves of Chaos themselves.
Yes. So I just retrieved the booklets. Punch out the tokens. It looks like there are some handouts.
Okay. Yes, those are in-world handouts,
Yes.
so that when they, and you hand them out when they go to the inn or shop, and this tells you what you can buy.
So these are all nifty.
One of the things I've noticed in the preview information and stuff is that everything is 1 gold piece or more. They're in increments of gold pieces. There's no silver, copper, or any other denominations in this starter box.
That will simplify things for less advanced, like 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Well,
For just beginning math.
it's 13-year-olds that this is targeted at.
Yes.
But
Swear.
when I'm going to be doing this, I will, incrementally add in more complexity so that eventually we get into homebrew stuff.
Yes. Those are maps.
Did you show those maps? I mean, at least part of
Well,
them.
there's
You don't have to show.
Cave
open them.
A. And they've got Cave C. I'm guessing Cave B is going to be on the back of this.
Could be.
Yes.
So I think those are supposed to be double-sided maps, and there's a lot of them.
Oh, okay. We've got the character sheets.
Yeah, they call these character cards,
Yes.
and they're like a halfway done pre-generated character.
Okay. So we've got cleric, 2 clerics. We've got 2 fighters.
8. There's 4 classes
Yeah.
represented,
We've got 2
and
rogues.
8 cards for them. What would you like to play?
Do a rogue.
Okay.
Here we go.
And
What would you like to play?
I think I will go with the cleric.
Tried and true?
Tried and true plus every party. In my opinion, there are 2 classes that are perfect for solo play. Rogue
Uh-huh.
or cleric.
Yeah. Rogue has one of the best defenses. Stealth. You can't find me.
Cleric has great defense. They gossip and heal.
There's also gold pieces. I'll
Yeah.
give you gold pieces. This is cool. We've got tokens.
Those
And
are
then-
monster tokens.
Yes.
I see some character tokens at the top.
Yes. And they have front and back,
Mm-hmm.
Why are the monsters so much bigger than the characters?
because some of the monsters are bigger than the characters.
That's a good point.
Oh, here's the player tokens.
All right, yeah. So we get standees,
Yeah.
and all the monsters are just going to be round tokens.
I was pointing to the piles of bones.
Oh, those are not our characters.
Okay. And we've got hit point tokens as well. So it looks like they can, they're doing a lot of token stuff.
Yeah, well, actually, they have tokens and cards for almost every aspect.
Yes.
We
There's
don't
also
even
power
have.
tokens.
We probably won't have to write anything down.
So I'm actually going to pop out the power tokens for
And
you
I do
guys.
not know if this paper is dry erase or wet erase safe. I don't think it is, so I don't want to even try it. I might laminate them so that they can be
So-
that way.
Here you go.
That's a good idea.
We'll pull out the first line, and you guys can share those if you need more. If you need more, just let me know. What's on the last page?
We won't know until you tell us we know.
We've got some dice. I guess I should use this dice, and
Okay, so these are power tokens, right?
yes.
All right. So
And-
I'm noticing on my character sheet, I have remove 1 power token below to cast a level 1 spell. So I put the power tokens here. Do you have on your character sheet? Yes, it was level 1, then level 2, and then there's a separate sheet for level 3.
No,
Okay.
this is level 3.
Okay, so you need a level 1 rogue,
Oh.
not the level 3 rogue.
Let me see if we can find it. The level 1 rogue. Those are the maps. Back to the character sheets. I wasn't aware. I thought it was. There we go. Level 1, level 3.
So each card has level 1 on one side, flip the card over, it's now level 2, and then get your third sheet for the level 3 stuff.
Okay,
Gotcha. Okay.
that's
No,
interesting.
no more rights.
And they actually have little baggies for everything.
Brilliant.
I don't see any power tokens for you because you probably just don't need them. My power tokens are spell slots.
Yes.
Oh, I see that.
So there are now some cards for backgrounds. I should open that up.
Now, things that we need cards for eventually will be the starting equipment, the species card, your background card, and there are spell cards for me.
Yeah, I see that. I see Toll the Dead on the back. So that'd be the spell cards. So because all of that is in here.
We put our cards here.
Yeah. So we have. Let's start off with backgrounds. There are a few backgrounds. There's acolyte, criminal, entertainer, farmer, guide, hermit, sage, and soldier.
Since I am going to, I'm not doing a solo one-shot, I'm not going to take a cleric with a criminal background. If I was doing a solo one-shot, I would do the criminal background because adding thieves' tools to a solo person is just a good choice.
Uh-huh.
But so let's go with the acolyte.
The acolyte?
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. I'm assuming that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Well, no, don't assume. It should be in
Yeah.
your instructions
Yeah.
on how to start.
I believe I handed that over to you.
No, you
This
handed
is
us
the-
the
this
play
is
the game
reference.
guide. Didn't
Yeah.
your starting thing tell
Let's
you?
take a look. Here, unpacking the box, an ongoing game. Let's see. Getting started. Playing a character. Make a character. If you want to be on the protagonist if you want to be one of the protagonists in the group's adventure, consider playing a character. Here's what these players do. They make a character, team up, and venture forth. Make a character. Your character is your alter ego in the fantasy world of the game. Choose from 4 iconic options: the cleric, the fighter, the rogue, or the wizard, which you've just done, as described in your respective class boards. As described on your respective class boards. Team up. Your characters join the players to form an adventure party. These adventurers are allies who face challenges and fantastical situations together. Each character has distinctive capabilities that complement those of the other characters. Venture forth. Your characters group explores locations and events presented by the DM. You can respond to them however you imagine, guided by the rules in this set. Although the DM controls all monsters you encounter, the DM isn't your adversary. The DM guides your party's journey as your characters become more powerful. And I'm happy that they mentioned that DMs are not your adversary.
Yes.
Yes, I'm huge on that. Being the DM, the Dungeon Master. If you want to be the mastermind of the game, consider being the DM. Here's what DMs do. Run the adventure, guide the story, educate the rules. Run the adventure. You run the adventure in this box set. Guide the story. You narrate much of the action during play, describing locations and creatures that the players face with read-out-loud texts. The players decide what their characters do as they navigate the hazards and choose what to explore. When they use a combination of imagination and the game rules to determine the result of the adventurer's decision. Educate the rules, you observe, you oversee how the group uses the game rules, making sure the rules serve the group's fun. Tutorials in this adventure booklet teach you some of those rules, but you'll want to read the play guide to better understand them.
Okay, it's suggesting to read the whole play guide.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is going to be a problem.
That's not a quick start, is it?
That's not a quick start.
No, that already fails there. We have the advantage, though,
Mm-hmm.
that we're both experienced with Dungeons & Dragons rules and don't need to read the quick start except for how to use the cards.
Right.
Is it say anything about setting up your character there, or do you just say go straight to the...
Right on this page, getting started, once you've chosen the DM, follow the instructions to begin play. and this is after swapping roles, but we're not going to be swapping roles. It also has mentions in the box, keep it secret. Secrets and reveals are important DM tools. If you read any of the DM-only materials and still want to experience the adventure as a player, you can, just don't let this knowledge influence your character's actions or behavior. More importantly, don't spoil any surprises for your fellow players.
Okay.
Getting started. Once you've chosen the DM, follow the instructions to begin play. Follow these steps to create your character. Choose your class. Done that.
Done.
Choose your origin.
Origin is that.
Pick one of the background cards and choose a species card. Together, these form your character origin. Select the player card character token that corresponds with your chosen species. So, species. We have dwarf, elf, halfling, human, and it looks like there are male and female presenting for all of them.
Correct.
So,
Female human.
female human.
Okay.
Here you go.
I'm going to go the classic dwarf cleric.
Male or female?
Male.
There you go.
Alright, on the back here says size. My size is medium. Dark vision. I have dark vision with range of 120 feet. Dwarven resilience. Your resilience to poison damage. You have advantage on saving throws and makes to avoid and end the poison condition. Dwarf toughness. Your hit point maximum increases by 1 and increases by 1 again whenever you gain a level. Okay, that was good. Stone cutting. As a bonus action, remove a power token below to gain tremor sense through stone with a range of 60 to 10 for 10 minutes. Wow, tremor sense? That is actually impressive. So I need.
Oh yeah, they made dwarves more interesting in the 2024 rules.
Yeah. All right, so I got my 2 power tokens there. I got 1 power token under here for the Acrolite. What you need to play, I need spell cards, Detect Evil, and Good.
That actually gets into the third area. After Choose Your Origin, gather character components. The What You Need to Play section of your class. On each class board lists other game components you need to play.
Okay.
Some background cards and species cards also list additional game components required for play. Gather these components from the game box. Between game sessions, you can store these and other components associated with your character, such as gold piece tokens and magic item cards, together earned during the adventure in one of the 4 storage baggies. So, I need to know what you guys need.
Okay, you want to go first?
Well, I need a background.
Okay.
Oh, what background were you interested in? There is soldier, sage, hermit, guide, farmer, entertainer, criminal, entertainer. There you go.
So do I need equipment now, or what do I?
Well, I would put your entertainer card here, and your dwarf here,
You're human.
or your human there.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Right there. I get it.
And it's also color coded with the
I
bottom.
see that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so looking over my thing, on the left-hand side, underneath my ability modifiers, well, during the ability modifiers in place, I know there's a spot here for heroic inspiration. Humans, I don't know if it says so in there, or nothing about the humans getting theirs right away.
We don't know anything about that yet.
I know, I don't. That's why I just said I don't. Anyways, equipment cards. I need a chain shirt and a mace.
Here's your mace. Chain shirts.
Okay.
And
Let's see here. Can you double check to make sure that I think that's a +1 mace.
oh yeah, you gave me a magic mace to
Yeah.
start with. Thanks.
That's magic items. Can you please hand that back?
No, I got it. It's mine.
Thank you.
All right.
That was I would hope that they would have put that in order, but no.
I noticed, like on the background cards, you have the picture here. We have the dwarf here, but all the stat information's on the back. And for those cards, I think you need to have the stat information.
Okay.
up
It's in
top.
another. It's in another one. They put it with the NPCs.
Oh, okay. And but with a quick look at that mace that you handed me, even though it was the wrong mace,
Yeah.
there's a difference between one side and the other, and you have to pick the right side up so you know what you're doing when you're rolling dice, etc.
Okay, there we go. We've got NPCs. Let's get past the NPCs. And we've got equipment.
Okay.
You said you need a mace?
A mace and a chain shirt.
Here's the chain shirt.
Okay. On this side, it shows that my armor class is 13 plus dex, maximum of 2. Equipment, armor/medium. And on the other side, it says, while wearing this armor, you have the armor class on the other side of the card. Add your dexterity modifier to the maximum of 2. You must subtract your dexterity modifier if it's negative.
Mm-hmm.
So when I put it here in the equipment, I'm going to put a picture up because it says 13 plus dex, maximum 2. Again, I wonder if I can write on these. I don't feel like I should write on them
I don't
yet.
think you should.
Yeah, so this means that my actual armor class, instead of being 9, is now 12.
Okay.
Because I have a -1 to my dexterity.
And here's your mace.
Not the spray kind. When you attack with this weapon, hits and deals damage on the other side of the card. Mastery property, sap. If you hit a creature with this weapon, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn. And bludgeoning damage is 6 plus strength. And it shows me a picture of the dice. It says equipment weapon simple. And I put this here. So my attack roll is listed on the card, but my damage is listed on the weapon itself.
Right. Do you have any equipment?
Yes. Dagger,
A dagger.
lantern, leather armor, short bow, short sword, thieves' tools.
Okay, let me find the dagger first. ABC dagger. What's next?
Lantern.
Lantern.
I'm gonna show them. Leather armor.
Leather armor.
Lantern, cast bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light an additional
Short
30
bow.
feet. As a bonus action, you can lower the
Short
hood,
sword.
reducing the light to dim light with
And
5
thieves'
foot
tools,
radius,
which is
or
on the
raise
bottom
it
of the deck.
again. And so, basically, you have the
tools?
description on one side and the picture on the other.
You said short bow?
Mm-hmm.
These tools, description on the back.
Short bow.
Make a dexterity sleight
short
of hand check.
There you go.
Thank you. And it says 28 gold pieces.
And 28 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need 60 gold pieces.
I'm actually just going to hand these to you. Hand this to you. Because I feel like this is going to start making a mess fairly quickly.
Well, one of the things, I don't see a spot for putting the gold pieces, so that's just going to be something I set to the side.
Right. So how many gold pieces did you say?
28.
28.
And I have 60.
So I'm going to give you, because they actually notice this. They have them in different increments. There's 1, 5, and 25.
Mm.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You need 28.
Mm-hmm.
25, 26, 27, 28. How
Okay.
much do you need?
60.
50. Oh, that's 25. 50. 55.
And then 5
56.
ones.
Yeah.
You know how to give change.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I've worked retail too much.
I worked restaurants.
Yes.
So what do you do with the extra cards? Because it says start cards here, so we're starting with the short sword and the dagger.
Right.
But where did the extra cards go?
In your case,
Because it tells you.
yeah, put the dagger there, put the short sword there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just make a pile to the side.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will now need spell cards.
Okay. What spells do you need?
Okay, I need Bless, Cure Wounds, Guiding Bolt.
Here's Cure Wounds.
Okay. I was hoping those would be in alphabetical order.
They are.
Okay, so looking for Bless.
I'm looking for Bless too. C's.
And my spell cards go here. So we have the description of the spell, a picture of the spell. You hurl a bolt of light, range 120 feet, targets 1. Then I have to flip the card over to get the cast is a magic action, target 1 creature.
There's Bless.
Hit, how much damage, and casting at higher levels.
So.
Okay, so Bless is the first one.
Yeah.
Cure Wounds, Guiding Light, Guiding Bolt.
Yes.
Light is the next one.
Light. There's light.
Sacred Flame,
Sacred Flame.
Shield of Faith,
Shield of Faith.
Thaumaturgy,
Thaumaturgy.
Now, Thaumaturgy is a cantrip, so I want to make, while all these other ones are first level, well, no, Light's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
I personally am going to separate them based on whether they're a cantrip or a level 1 spell.
Mm-hmm.
But Toll the Dead,
You need Toll the Dead?
Yep.
Toll the Dead.
okay, that's my starting cleric collection. But next I need, because I'm an acolyte, I get additional spells. Detect Evil and Good,
Detect Evil and Good.
okay. And I need Guidance and Spare the Dying. Those should both be cantrips.
Guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And Spare the Dying. Spare the Dying.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see, anything else I need? Okay, my spells, this, that. My cleric guns, short rest, short rest. That looks like my entire thing.
Hit point tokens.
Oh, yeah, we need hit point tokens.
Okay.
I need 8 of them.
You need 8 of them. Here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And 5 for 8.
I need 9, please.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here you go.
Okay.
Now I should point out, because I've had a timer going for a while now, it's almost been 30 minutes. We haven't started playing yet.
No, we haven't started, but at least we started character creation.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will tell you that character creation is part of playing.
Yes. I do want to point out though, and I feel like this is important. I feel like this way of building characters, is it just me, or it feels like it's a bit more engaging?
For a new person,
Yeah.
it is more engaging. It's more tactile.
Yes.
It tells you where to put the items.
Mm-hmm.
So for a beginner.
It feels a little slower to me, even though it's a little faster. it depends on your experience level. If you're a
Yes.
brand new, never before played this game at all, never touched a die, then this is pretty. This is a pretty good character creation.
Right. I also feel like, and this may just be because all three of us, because I know Carolyn, that you have experience playing, that we've actually been flowing through this fairly quickly. Because I just went through gather the components, but you guys already went to the next one, which is place tokens. I'm not going to read what it has for place tokens, but the last step they have in here is name your characters. So I would like to know what your characters are named.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Becca.
Duncan and Becca. If I'm the dungeon master, flip through the play guide, familiarize yourself with the play guide and its organization. You don't need to memorize every rule before you play, but you should understand the rhythm of play and where to find relevant information.
Okay, so I would have you look through the play guide just to find out where each chapter is.
Yeah. So I can tell you from just that one right there, that means the DM, has to have this well before we play. This isn't a open and everyone gets to play first time around. Just from that one step in Dungeon Master's Guide.
Okay.
We've had experience with that. So,
Because there's a lot of extra reading for you to pre-done.
yeah, there's the front loading that we keep on arguing against.
Yep.
Rules glossary, playing the game. Rhythm of play, page 8, they mentioned that. I'm going to jump to that. Rhythm of play. D&D involves imagination, improvisation, strategy. A typical game unfolds according to this basic pattern. DM describes the situation, players react to the situation, the DM narrates what happens next. They have a bit more details on that, but those are the bowls.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Did this thing come with dice?
Yes.
Yeah. Good
Right here.
guide.
Okay, can we have that dice?
Yes, absolutely. I have my dice over here.
Are we only using 20s?
No,
Okay.
because like you say, there's your damages. Those are different.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
There you go.
Just pile them there and we'll share them.
Yes.
I would like to point out that we have two 20-sided dice. That is for critical hits. And there are these
Well,
red.
that's for advantage and disadvantage.
Advantage and disadvantage. You're right. There are one 4-sided dice. Well, let's go top to bottom. So the next is going with highest to lowest. We have the 12-sided dice.
Mm-hmm.
Useful for
percentile.
mostly weapons. Percentile and die 10. So die 10 is the one with just the numbers. And then the percentile dice is the ones that go up in increments of 10, 20, 80s, and 00 for 100. They are red. If I roll a 60 and a 5, that's 65. If I roll all 3 zeros, so I got a 00 here and this 0 here, that's a 100. But a 00 plus any other number besides a 0, so 00 plus 8 is 8.
So, next up is gather, choose an adventure setting and then gather adventure components. What you need to place section, what you need to place sections throughout the adventure booklet tells you which components to gather for play. Keep the game box close. You'll fetch more components as the players explore. But it has choose an adventure setting. I'm going to have you guys choose. You guys want the Caves of Chaos, Keep on the Borderlands, or Wilderness.
You want to start in the wilderness? Okay, we're going to start in the wilderness.
Oh, wonderful! There's Lizard Folk, and I've been talking to him about Lizard Folk.
Yes, and you've been talking about it online.
Yes, I have. I like Lizard Folk. I actually like Lizard Folk more than Dragonborn.
Oh.
Okay, now I know one of the rules of regular Dungeons & Dragons. Was it addressed that humans start with inspiration?
I don't know.
Was inspiration and interest?
Hero-
Heroic inspiration. So let me go here and quickly look through this while you find
There's
the
gem
first
tokens.
encounter. And I do believe that the encounters are written in the
And there are player tokens.
you put a power token that represents heroic inspiration defined in the rules glossary. And
Here you go, Duncan. And what is your character's name again?
Becca.
Becca.
this is Duncan.
And this is Becca.
Now these standees are cardboard and they are the same front and back. But also Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition doesn't have actual facing rules. It doesn't matter.
Yes. Oh, okay. There is. They chock full of this.
If you have heroic inspiration, you can spend it to re-roll any die immediately after rolling it, and you must use the new roll. If you gain heroic inspiration but already have it, it's lost unless you give it to a player who lacks it. Now, on your character thing, on your human card, does it say anything about inspiration?
You have 2 power tokens to feel your good fortune. You can remove one to give yourself advantage on a d20 test. When one creature makes an attack roll against you, you can remove one to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, so they're talking about inspiration.
But she starts with 2.
You gain heroic inspiration whenever you finish a long rest.
So, how do I interpret that? Is you're starting those 2 tokens, you're starting heroic inspiration? Or,
That's not it. That's,
yeah, it's the same token for all powers.
Mhm. Well, it says you gain it after you finish a long rest. So,
Right. And normally when I start a game, characters,
I've had a long rest.
yeah,
Okay.
But let's not assume this. Maybe it'll tell me.
I'm looking it up too.
Oh,
If it's in here. I looked up the rules glossary. It
I'm
doesn't
gonna
say anything about gaining it.
I'm going to open this up and see what it tells me. I'm going to need poster map wilderness. Not cave A. Not cave F. Not cave H. That doesn't look like wilderness. This looks like keep on the borderlands. Is this wilderness? This is fens. Trail. Woods.
Oh, I do want to point out, these are saddle stitched.
What is the significance of that?
The significance of it is that it is stronger than both glue and staples.
Oh, okay. Oh.
There is a broken stitch at the very top here, but saddle stitch is one of the best ways to keep books bound together. And in this case, they're expecting a lot of use out of these books.
Okay. So, actually, it had me. I was searching for the poster map, wilderness, and unless I'm mistaking something, I don't see it. Not in the maps, but they do have it right here in the booklet.
All right. That's the entire wilderness map?
Yeah.
Okay, can I see the other maps?
I believe these are them.
Okay, and I'll see if I can find you
So
the appropriate map.
I'm going to avoid what it says in D and Secret. Getting started, lay out the wilderness map for the players to see.
Okay, which map is that? Because I have Tamarack Stand and then Fens.
This is it.
Well, that's actually, that's the entire region map. You're looking for a combat map, I think.
No, it wants me to start with this.
Okay, okay, Woods, Trail, Caves of Chaos, and Cave E. Keep on the Borderland, and the Wilderness.
Oh, okay. So,
Your problem was that you weren't opening them up to see what was on the other sides.
oh, okay. So, I'm going to lay this out for you guys. Here you go.
So let's move a couple things out of our way.
Because I have it here. You guys should be able to see this. And we were talking about maps the other week. Let's see how usable this one is for you guys.
Okay. So this is showing us where the keep on the Borderlands is, where the trail is, where the Caves of Chaos are. Now, specifically, this is the player map because
Yes.
it doesn't have anything other than woods, trail, fens, and Tamarack Stand
Yes.
labeled. Everything else is unlabeled. So I don't know the name of the river. I don't see the name of the Caves of Chaos, which I just happen to know because this was my first game.
Right. So, it says lay out the wilderness map for the players to see. This player-focused map doesn't reveal the contents of each wilderness region, only the general geographic features. The Caves of Chaos and the Keep on the Borderlands aren't labeled on this map, so the players don't confuse them with wilderness regions. To begin with, read the following box text aloud. We are now playing.
Woohoo!
40 minutes in.
Okay.
Your
So-
adventuring party enters the wilderness. Mysteries await you in this untamed land. Where do you want to go?
Where are we?
It doesn't tell me.
Okay, well, it's really hard for me to decide where I want to go if I don't have a starting point.
Mm-hmm.
Am I on the trail? I would assume we're on the trail.
Well, let's assume that you're on the trail.
Okay.
So it says the wilderness region table summarizes regions in the order they appear in this booklet. If fully explored, each region provides 60 to 90 minutes of gameplay. Each region is roughly the same difficulty, but the trail region functions as a tutorial with helpful sidebars. If this is your first time as a DM, encourage the players to start there. I'm encouraging you guys to start at the trail. The trail is probably a good place to start.
It seemed like the most logical place to start
Yes.
because you have to be somewhere, and I assumed I was on the trail when I got here.
But it did address the assumption you guys could technically start anywhere, but for the first time, they're suggesting you start at the trail.
Okay.
Once the players choose a region, turn to that region in this booklet and retrieve any components in the What You Need to Play section. So I'm going to do that, but it does have Exploring the Wilderness and Character Advancement. Oh, Trail, it's right here. Region, Trail. This dirt trail connects the keep of the Borderlands to the Caves of Chaos and lands beyond. Trail features. Am I missing something?
I don't
1, 2, 3. No, it doesn't
I
have
don't have
me.
a trail map here, though.
It did not have me pick up anything. I don't know if that's an oversight. So, the trail has the following features. Lighting. The trail is illuminated with bright light. Terrain. The 10-foot wide trail is well kept and mostly flat. Spaces off the trail, however, are difficult terrain.
Okay.
I don't know what that means according to this yet.
Right.
Stay on the trail. The trail's easier to walk.
Well, if you grab the player guide,
Yeah, the player guide will
tell me that
should tell you that
it's right
difficult terrain just means that for every 1 foot of movement you'd normally have, it requires 2 feet. It's basically just, it's tough to walk through.
So it tells you that, but it didn't say in the instructions what you have. So you're supposed to stop and look all these things as you go along.
Right.
And
So, to begin, read the following box text aloud. You travel along a well-kept trail east of the keep of Borderlands. Gnarled tree roots and big rocks mark the edges of the 10-foot wide path. The characters continue down the trail. Along the way, they face one or more encounters, detailed in the following section. The length of the character's journey is up to you. Trail encounters. Each time the characters use the trail, roll once on the trail encounters table to determine what the characters encounter. If this is your first time being the DM, run the encounters in the order presented. So, you guys are on the trail. I have to roll an encounter. That is a d4. I'm going to roll a d4. I have rolled the d4, it is 1.
You cheated.
It's saying go with the first one in order.
yeah.
I've rolled the d4, it is 1. If I hadn't cheated, it would have been a 2. We'll deal the 2 after 1.
If we have the time.
Yes. In approximately 15 minutes. Let's see if we... The looted wagon. A wagon stands on the trail ahead.
Okay, so we need the trail map.
We have the trail map. And let me find the looted wagon. Where's the looted wagon?
Sorry. Okay, and there's the trail. North is that way.
Yes. Let's have you guys start at the bottom.
Okay.
And I will say that the looted wagon's right there.
Okay.
Okay.
1 second. Looted wagon.
Yes. Is there something on the other side?
Looted wagon.
Okay.
So here's funny. I'm going to turn it 180 degrees.
Yeah.
It rotates the direction the wagon's facing. Okay, so we have the looted wagon.
Yes.
And let's show the map real quick. Tell me if this is clear.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
So, I know that I'm reading this out for everyone, but this area is not what I would normally be mentioning. The wagon was looted by bandits who stole the horses and scared away the driver, led by a local menace named Prowl. These bandits frequently accost travelers along the trail, as happens in the bandit ambush encounter described later in the adventure booklet. A character who inspects the wagon can make one of the following ability checks to learn more about it. Consider these examples.
Okay.
So, you guys are walking down the pathway. You find an abandoned wagon.
I would like to investigate the wagon for what is left in it, if there's any bodies or what's happening here. I'd like to investigate the wagon.
And what would you like to do?
I am surveying the area around the wagon, looking off the trail, looking for
Possible ambush.
anybody hiding.
Okay.
Ambush.
So, I will have you roll an investigation check.
Okay, so investigation here is written under intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
I have a +1 to it, which means I'm not, you call it, I'm not proficient. But this doesn't even say anything about what you're proficient in.
Yeah.
It just gives you numbers.
And I will have you roll a perception check.
Okay, I got actually an 18, 17 on the die +1.
Okay.
An 8. +2.
So 10.
10.
Okay. So, you are able to determine, from your investigation check, the characters that you said the wagon was ambushed by bandits.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you did not pass the DC.
Mm.
If you had, the characters find the treasure the bandits missed. See below. but you will not find that. I'm sorry.
But
Well,
I'm not looking in the wagon yet.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I should find the treasure.
You didn't look well enough.
Well, I got
I
an
haven't
18
done
on my
it.
investigation. I'm up here on.
No.
So I would say, because of the way you guys described it, you do find the treasure. You guys don't know it was it's an abandoned wagon. You don't know why it's here.
And she
So-
didn't see anybody there attempting to ambush us.
No.
Well, yeah, that's what I was looking for. I wasn't even looking at the wagon. At that.
Yeah, you're looking at the wagon. You weren't able to determine that.
I'm
It was-
looking at the wagon.
Mhm.
I'm the only one looking at the wagon. She's looking at the terrain around us
Yes.
to see if anybody is trying to sneak up on us.
Okay. And
Don't they give multiple options for things we can try?
I don't notice any animals. Nothing.
Trees?
let's see here.
Is this fall?
DM
Because-
tip: this tutorial is designed for first-time dungeon masters. This section presents special features about the region.
Yeah, it is fall.
Box text. The text that appears in the box, like the one that is left, is meant to be read aloud. Random tables, theater of mind. While using the bandit ambush encounter later in the region, use the poison map Loot Wagon. The Loot Wagon encounter doesn't use any game components. It happens in your collective imaginations.
Okay. But we're using the mapping minis,
Yes.
so that's not theater of the mind.
Yeah, I know. So, you're looking around. It seems nice and quiet. It's a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. The sun is beaming down on you. You could probably get a tan, and
It's a warm fall day.
it's a warm fall day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dog days of summer. I mean, dog days of. Yeah, it's called dog days of summer, which is a warm day in September.
In fact, it is so wonderful, you've got a tune in your head. And you're whistling to yourself, and that would explain the low perception skill. You are searching the wagon.
Yes.
You find the wagon holds supplies intended for the keep. Animal feed, bales of hay, and sacks of freshly milled flour. Stashed in one of the sacks is a purse that contains 12 gold pieces.
So we get 12 gold pieces.
Yes, I'm going to give you 12 gold pieces now.
Right?
I'm assuming that it wants me to give you 12 gold pieces. Do you take the 12 gold pieces?
We do take the gold pieces and we divide them evenly.
Okay. I was just about to ask that. So, here's 1, and 1, and 5, and 5.
For a total of 6.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? In the wagon or on the wagon or around the wagon?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is something. Because we're now moving on to the next encounter.
Oh, now we're getting an encounter.
Yes. Number 2, which I rolled.
Well, just before you start the encounter, I should explain that I am moving up to the front of the wagon, and because I'm a dwarf with a good back,
Mm-hmm.
I want to pull the wagon
So,
towards the keep.
you do some squats, you limber up a bit, and a young woman with a massive backpack and an eager smile hikes towards you along the trail. The traveler waves at you excitedly. "Good day," she says. "I'm Melon. Might you be adventurers? I ask because I've been out here looking for adventures of my own, to no avail. After camping out here for days, I still don't have any tales worth telling. Do you?"
Well, we just got on the trail. We're here to make our fortune and become great heroes. The main thing is that we found this wagon who's obviously supposed to go to the keep. So on our way there, I figured we'd take it with us.
Okay,
To the keep, that is.
so you've explained everything. Did you want to add anything? No.
Did a bigger pocket?
Not yet.
Okay. So, I wonder if there is a token for Melon.
Should be, like some NPC tokens.
Yes.
I see that she has a card here. You want to show that card to the camera and us?
Yes. So, this is Melon.
All right.
That's the back.
We don't need the back stuff. We only need the front stuff.
This is Melon.
Okay. That's a heavy backpack. So what kind of information's on the back? Personality?
So, it has her name. It has a description of what she is, which is human traveler, which I don't have a problem. It tells me what I need to play. Monster card, Commoner. She's a monster.
I attack the darkness.
No racial profiling.
Hey.
Where is it? I don't see a commoner token. Terrain tokens. There's monster tokens. I'm just not looking at this properly.
Okay, I'm not going to cast Detect Evil and Good. I'm just going to assume she actually is human.
Well, she hasn't given you a reason. I'll use that.
I don't need reasons to be suspicious.
Are you going to be paranoid?
I don't need a reason. I don't need to tell you.
You're being paranoid.
Okay.
Oh, cautious.
I would like you to make me an insight check.
May I roll
Six.
insight as well? Since
Sure.
I'm already expressed my questioning of whether she's who she claims to be. Insight, that is wisdom. Insight, and I must be proficiency with this because I have a full +5. But a 7 is not going to do me any good. I'm just
I don't
slightly.
like these dice.
So, both of you rolled low.
No.
So, I
You can go.
don't know.
Not much more. I can only roll a
See,
1.
this is the conundrum I found myself in. I know if I'm running this, how I'm going to run this. It doesn't tell me because you guys said you guys want to be a bit paranoid. I know it's an insight check. I know that you guys both rolled low. What I'm going to do is
You can either add to the paranoia.
I'm going to roll a d20. And who had the highest one?
I did it 7.
At 7. So,
Because I rolled a 2.
I'm going to
6.
have her roll a deception check.
Oh, okay.
And if
Do it. It's gonna be
If her deception check is lower than your measly 7, you will get an honest answer.
Okay.
If it is higher, then both of you have completely misread the situation.
All right. So, and to gentlemen,
She's off
he's
to
making
the
a ruling,
Yes.
and rulings that are off book are allowed.
Yes. So, I'm going to roll.
Did you see rule 1 in there or rule 0 in the front of that book? Not the Wilderness Guide, the DM guide.
So, I have rolled. Can either of you see what I rolled?
No.
Good. What did you roll again?
I guarantee it's a number.
7.
Yeah, I got a
7.
7. I rolled a 2 plus 5 is 7.
Just do it.
You're egging me on. I like that. Okay. For someone who's so cheerful, it really is odd that she came out of nowhere and she's asking questions. What type of person just comes up and starts asking questions? Yeah, she seems.
This is in New York.
Yeah, this seems a bit invasive.
Okay.
Maybe she's coming off a little bit too pushy. Like she's poking for secrets. Like, what adventures have you guys been on? Maybe she's trying to get an idea of, are you guys easy marks? Yes.
I pull out Mason, bash myself in the head. No. You can't get me if I'm already unconscious.
So, she is a bit suspicious.
Okay. So, you've had no adventures yet?
Well, she says a bit conspiringly, I have a couple of rumors.
Oh, rumors.
Yes.
What can you tell us?
Don't wander into the fence unless you're looking for trouble.
Wait a minute. That's her voice?
I'm reading now. This is actual rumors that she has.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wander into the fens unless you're looking for trouble. The lizard folk there don't like visitors. And my uncle Umbrusk runs a tavern in the keep. He hears all kinds of gossip in the tap room. Now, they add something onto this. I want you guys to both make me insight checks again.
Okay.
12.
12?
Okay, yeah, yours is 12, but mine is 11.
11. So I'm going to have you're analyzing the first statement, you're analyzing the second statement.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a deception check again.
Interesting.
And we're going to be ending this actually quite soon, but I'll show you guys why I'm doing this. What was your total?
12.
You believe her with the first one about the lizard folk.
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll?
11.
She feels a bit deceptive about her uncle. Yes.
Yeah, but good thing is we can verify if she even has an uncle.
Yes. And with 1 minute left, I'm going to close this out. The reason why is actually on the rumors. Let me show you right here.
Mm-hmm.
It tells me whether it's true or not.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. And because her deception check was higher than your insight check, I made it false.
Right. Or I interpreted it as false.
Yes.
Okay, that was definitely interesting.
Yes.
I would say we succeeded on my goal of
Within an hour,
within
you guys were playing.
It fails the 15-minute test
It
for
absolutely
starter
does.
sets, but almost nobody succeeds on that, with the exception in modern days, Call of Cthulhu and one Pathfinder module
Yes.
that starts you off on a solo mission. Actually, the only way to start a game and get this right is with the solo. And you trying to go just off the book without reading the player's guide.
Yeah.
Without reading,
I had to rely on so much of what I already knew. If someone got this brand new, had never played Dungeons & Dragons before, and came to their friend saying, "Oh, I would like to play this game," an hour or two later, you guys would still be not even playing it. And that isn't necessarily
I think
engaging.
we can get our characters made in the 30 minutes, like you said.
Right.
But it really leaves you hanging to start the adventures. For example, where does the read me first guide.
The read me first. That is lost.
In space, please.
There's a wilderness. Where did I put it? Where did I put it?
We have the player's guide.
Oh,
the
there it is. It says read me first, quick start guide. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 pages.
Right, can I see it?
Yes, there you
All
go.
right, let's take a quick. Oh, there's a quick start video. Follow the QRS,
Mm-hmm.
and I will have to look that up myself because I have to run this tomorrow.
I will say this much. If that video is more than 15 minutes long, it fails as well.
Right. Oh, okay, I'm going to agree with you. Gives you a character, being the dungeon master, you're going to keep it secret. You're the dungeon master. Flip to the play guide, familiarize yourself with the play guide and its organization. You don't need to memorize every rule. Choose the adventures and pick up one of the 3 adventure books and read its 2-page introduction. If it's your first time playing, the Wilderness book is a good place to start, followed by the Keep on the Borderlands. Each book contains tutorial location and sidebars that help you run the adventure. Gather adventure components, what you need to play, sections to the adventure. So, I should start in the Wilderness, and according to what you said in the Wilderness guide, suggest you start on the trail.
Yeah, which we did.
And
then the abandoned wagon, which you guys blew right through, and then onto the talkative person.
I would have, as far as DMing, I would have had us get around the corner. You know, not meet her right at the same location.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels more like a separate encounter.
But they didn't give me any guidance.
No, they didn't.
Right.
And so then I'm pretty sure the ambush is the next thing. I'm assuming there's going to be an ambush. Because we already know there's bandits on the trail.
Well, we didn't get through the talkative traveler. Immediately after that is the game trail. And the last thing is the bandit ambush.
Oh, well, advertisers. And my question is, we haven't found out the rules yet, or in that guidebook, but are you expected to go through the game trail entirely?
I have no idea.
Or are you supposed to say, okay, this stuff happens when I get back on the trail after I've... Because right now, the motivation that I have is I want to make it to the keep.
Yeah, but that's because you're familiar with it.
No, not because I'm familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said the goods belong to the keep.
Okay, yeah.
So returning the goods to the keep is
I
first
can
motivation.
see that as a motivation.
The second motivation is she's telling me to talk to her uncle in the keep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Might as well go to the keep.
yeah, my first instinct, really, except that she called for wilderness,
Mm-hmm.
would have been the keep.
Yeah.
Because in the original storyline, you started in the keep.
Okay. But that we are actually well past our time with the both traps and riddles and the unboxing.
Okay.
I think we've pretty much explained some of the pros and cons that we've come across. From experience, I can tell that if someone has no experience with Dungeons & Dragons, this may be a bit of a few hurdles for them.
Yeah. They need to go over everything the day before.
Yeah. Although I can tell they were attempting, they were trying. This is, I feel very well organized, but in terms of starting from zero, starting from actual zero, they're still making a lot of assumptions.
Okay.
Yeah. Carolyn, do you have any opinions?
I agree with what you guys said. I think you guys had prior knowledge for the game already.
Well, he had no prior
You
knowledge.
did.
Mhm.
You did.
I have prior knowledge because I played Keep in the Borderlands when it first came out.
Mhm.
I
think if someone had gone through the box previous before the game,
Yeah.
I think it would go a lot smoother For the,
I believe
for
so.
The characters, yeah.
And-
Play a game.
Okay. Did you at least enjoy what little you played? I try.
I'd play it again.
Okay. So, that was Keep on the Borderlands.
Yes.
This has been, RPG Talk Show brought to you by RPG Research in cooperation with, no longer
USS
corporation.
Boomerang. Go ahead and say the USS Bismarck.
In cooperation with the USS Bismarck. Comments, questions, and suggestions should be directed at info@rpgresearch.com with the subject line including RPG Talk Show.
Next week, our topic will be education.
Mm-hmm.
The unboxing will be revealed when we know. And
See you next week. Good night and
dream well.